This is my disc destroyer. It's a mean little machine with one job, testing grinding discs. With so many grinding discs and countless reviews, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. This is where the disc destroyer comes in. It cuts through the noise, delivering real results. No bias, no sponsorships, just cold hard tests. Grinding discs can face a lot of real-world challenges, like high and low pressures, hot and cold materials, and of course, fast and slow speeds. This machine tests it all, so that we can finally find the truth in the reviews. Today I am testing the Sait Encore Type 29 flap disc coming in at $6.40. During my research, I found a suspicious lack of critical reviews for this disc, only coming across near perfect scores. This reviewer says this is the best flap disc they have ever used, and this 4-star review says they work well but don't last long. So are these reviews accurate or full of holes? Let's test them to find out. Let me break this down for you. Each disc will be grinding this test bar to see how much it can remove within 20 minutes time. This will chart out its story and tell us exactly how this disc behaves based on how much material it removes at any given point. But if the disc stops effectively grinding the bar, or just straight up disintegrates, the test is over. Let's begin. I started my first round of testing by simulating light pressure grinding. I achieved this by attaching a 4-pound weight to my rig. This roughly matches the weight of the grinder itself. And this test was over much sooner than I had anticipated. After just 3.5 minutes of grinding, the disc hit a progress wall, forcing me to stop the experiment. Looking at the coupon, I measured just under 2 inches of material cut. If I had seen any negative reviews, these poor results are probably what they would highlight. This reviewer said he uses the disc a lot when metal working, so let's test it on a common metal work scenario, grinding a hot weld. To simulate this, I heated up the first few inches of the coupon before starting my next test. And this delivered nearly identical results, if not slightly worse. This disc is struggling both in durability and removal speeds. If I wasn't suspicious of those glowing reviews before, I certainly am now. But I am determined to get the most out of this disc. To extend its durability, I am going to grind at a lower RPM. My hope is to reduce wear and tear to the abrasive surface, helping the disc cut for longer. So I lowered my speeds from 11,000 RPMs to 6,000 and began the next test. Yet despite the slower speeds, the disc performed nearly the same as the previous test. So what's going on here? Looking at the discs after the test as well as the data, I can say for sure this disc is glazing. That means the abrasive surface has been smoothed and hardened, reducing cutting efficiency. So if I want to get closer to 5-star results, I am going to have to prevent glazing for as long as I can. One way I can approach this is by increasing the grind pressure. More pressure means more friction against the metal. This could help extend durability by ensuring constant contact and consistent cutting. To see if pressure was the missing ingredient, I returned my speeds to 11,000 and swapped my 4-pound weight for 8. And this test saw some improvement, but not as much as I would have liked. While grinding on cold metal, the Encore was able to stretch to about 5 minutes. During the test, I noticed the edges of the disc darken and burn, as well as flaps begin to deteriorate. This forced me to stop the experiment. During the time window, it was able to slice 4 inches off the coupon. So this is higher than before, but only by a few inches. And I would not call this very long lasting, not even reaching the halfway point of the test. Maybe this is where the hot metal really makes a difference. So once again, I heated the first few inches of the material and had the disc go to work. But I saw almost no improvements. The Encore did not last any longer on hot metal, and it was only able to cut another 2 inches off the coupon. I had to stop this test too, because I saw the flaps darken, telling me it was on the verge of smoking out. So were these reviews accurate or full of holes? To me, I'm seeing some pretty big holes. Let me explain. I would not call this disc long-lasting or effective, but if you want to make the most, make sure you use this disc with heavy even pressure. Too light a pressure will make this disc glaze incredibly fast. Ultimately though, it comes down to if you think these results are worth $6.40. If you'd like to see the data I've collected for this disc, as well as the other discs in these tests, I've posted them at the Fireball forum, linked in the description. I'm going to keep posting more and more of these test videos, so stay tuned to find the truth in the reviews. And if you're wondering why I built the rig the way I did, how it works, and what it's all about, I have a video that goes into great detail that you should check out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.